everyone! Welcome back to Fractures of Reality. In the last session, we had quite a few things happen, and I'm not going to summarize here. You can just watch the last session if you're really that interested. This week, we actually have our resident immortal god here, Alex. And he's got a new icon. It's very cute. But yeah, since it's downtime, we'll probably lead straight into that to start, and then we'll probably go to Neku for Charlotte for their thing. But yeah. Rio? Is everyone ready? So, as you guys are resting and wandering around the town, you see a figure walk out of the Golden Scale Temple. And that figure is Alex. Sure. Sure. But, Rio, you see Alex. Oh,
Why does
I'm
Mayhem I
super sorry. God damn it. Streamlabs audio messed up again. So, just so everyone's quickly back understands where everything what happened. So, we started off the session. I did a summary, but I didn't. I said let's just Alexander walked out of the temple and Ryu was saying, "Hey, isn't it nostalgic that we met here again?" And that's about what you missed. I'm super sorry. Can't believe the audio messed up again. It's fixed now. Sorry, continue.
Yeah, no worries.
And,
As you were saying.
Truth is, I was wondering about all that stuff for a long time. Like, why did Mayhem Island look so much like the Wildlands? And how could you guys have possibly known where and when a world-ending calamity was going to appear?
Yeah, well, I imagine you know the bullet points of the story anyway.
Yeah, Rura was kind enough to explain everything to me. I'm surprised she did that so casually.
To be fair, we've had to deal with this we've had to deal with the reality of the situation for a good a good century. Funny enough, giving yourself 100 years to just process everything kind of makes you rather accepting of it. Plus, well, I mean, from your own experiences, Ryu, you kind of know for a fact this world is well, pardon my French or whatever language you want to refer to it as. This place is a bit the world's a kind of fucking weird.
I think that's putting it mildly.
Yeah, but I love it. It's why, well, me and my friends went out of our way to save the world. Well, I'd like to think that's the reason why some of them did it. I can only speak for myself, obviously.
Well, did everyone have was there a reason everyone came together the way they did back then?
Well, kind of a typical party of adventurers sort of deal. We weren't all originally immortal gods. Vierna, believe it or not, was originally just a follower of Sasha.
Sashala?
Yep.
Wow, going from worshiping a deity to being one. Talk about moving up in the world, huh?
Yeah, well, for the longest time before I kind of learned the truth of things, I thought, I thought I was kind of following a more destructive deity myself, for lack of a better phrase.
About that, so some people seem to be getting concerned about Vierna. Like, I guess, as the more powerful she gets, the more off the deep end she's getting too.
Well, yeah. Well, yeah, she's goddess of magic. That's more or less power incarnate. I mean, she's also the goddess of. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention something. You probably know the ins and outs of everything that happened, but she's the goddess of magic and death now.
Death?
Well, yeah, because she killed the death god, so she kind of took over their whole little thing.
That's I don't know if I should be impressed or concerned.
Look, Vierna was always kind of a bit eccentric, even back in the day. I'm not making excuses for her doing stupid shit. She just, she's my friend. Look, she's my friend, and I'll do my best to look out for her. But if she starts going a bit too pear-shaped and things start going a bit wrong, and, well, I'll see if I can't try and pull her back. I mean, not just myself, but all of us who know her.
Well, it hasn't been, for what it's worth, it hasn't been all bad. At Korax Korax X found it in himself to ask for her help help once or twice.
I caught wind of a little bit of that. That made your local Eldridge being a bit upset, didn't it?
Yeah, it, he's he's been adamant about he was adamant about getting all of us to form packs with him, but uh, after after sitting down and talking with him for a while, and well, the way he explained the way he explaining his actions, and, well, they made sense too.
There's a reason for everything, Ryu. Some things do happen for no reason, but there's usually a cause and effect to everything. That's the one thing you learn when you look into the great beyond.
So the the fractures, have the worlds beyond those fractures, or the have the worlds beyond those fractures really been really been other worlds that really into worlds set in other in different timelines that you and the others have traveled to?
They potentially could have been.
That's that's how I understood it. He kept somebody kept going back in time again and again and again, and it's created all these different timelines and by extension worlds. And they all have their
Uh,
own.
well,
They'll
turns out saving the universe takes a bit more effort than you would think.
From a world-ending calamity, I would bet. It's starting to sound like we're it, it's starting to sound like we're going up against one of our own soon.
Well, I think you guys will be all right.
I hope so. Oh, cricket did cricket. It didn't sound too it, I hope so. Oh, so apparently he everything started everything ends in failure. Everything ends in failure right up until the situation with the drow in the elf city. So in, everything that happens from this point on is a blank page.
Well, that means that you guys have gotten further than everyone else has. So that's something.
And I have every intention of going farther, as far as I have to for everything to settle down.
Good man. Talos, sorry. Alex pats you on the head with a smile. By the Go ahead.
Say, um, I'm I'm sure I've asked all this, but what are you planning to do once things calm down?
Continue life as usual.
Just, I guess, you'll just be able to be with your family more.
Pretty much. I mean, like, I'm willing to admit this to myself and everyone. I have a very unhealthy habit of stressing over things. And once all this calms down, I could probably take some time to work on that. Plus, well, I know she was joking about it, but I did kind of promise MP or something. So, need to keep my promise to her.
What about Jezebel?
Well, I was thinking maybe once things calm down and if she's up to it, maybe she and I could probably go on our own little adventures now and again. She likes collecting special animals, and well, I've seen more than a few in my years. I'm sure there's a couple she'd like to see.
Oh, trust me, I know all about that.
Just can't keep her hands off you, can she?
No, Sh- well, sometimes I wonder if I'll ever be rid of her.
Well, hey, It's always good to know that you've got a friend to rely on who's always there.
Yeah, she's she when you when you really look when you look past all her quirks, she's actually a very capable and reliable person.
I mean, hey, she's my daughter. Did you expect any less?
I guess I shouldn't have.
But well, I'd say I need to go and get back to relaxing a little bit because well, anything else that's on your mind, or do you think you're all squared away for the time being?
Truth is, everything's been so quiet lately that I've well, I've actually been able to relax myself.
Which is
Uh,
good. I'd say the
oh,
one thing that well,
except there is one thing, and I found out recently that how far I've fallen behind on my training as my training as a kitsune. Since there's a lot of untapped potential in me.
well, they are innately well, kitsune are innately magical beings, so eh, to be fair, you already have the divine magic I've bestowed upon you, so not much reason for you to cultivate it.
Still, still I am I just I should still I guess I want to be able to live up to I guess I want to be able to live up to my people's legacy and in all its aspects.
Yeah. So, what you want to go back home for a little bit and see if you can't learn a thing or two, or what? Or are you just going to focus on your own personal training from now on?
I'll stick to training by myself for now and see how far I get. When and if I ever hit a wall, then mm, well, I can always go home and ask Ma for some pointers.
Fair enough.
I mean, what's better? What better for a kitsune what better? Who better to ask for magical advice as for a kitsune than a nine tails, right?
I suppose so. Plus, well, I kind of prefer that you would figure it out for yourself.
I've well we well I've had and we've had time, all of us.
Just be sure you're ready when things inevitably go wrong.
I I will. I know this is all temporary. Even Cricket admitted as such. Like I said, everything from here on has a everything from this point forward is a blank page.
Tell this. Alex looks up to the sky and sees the sun. Is like, well, I think I've taken up enough of your time, so I better head out.
You're not you're not gonna at least go see Jezebel?
I'll pop in to see her in just a brief bit obviously.
I'm sure she'll appreciate that, even if she doesn't say say that out loud.
Eh, you don't always have to say things out loud for people to know it. Well, you go and enjoy your little stroll, Ryu. I'll catch you later.
Later, see you later, or Alex.
He smiles and waves in the blink of an eye. He disappears.
So while
So,
that was happening,
wait. So, as you are heading to approach Jezebel, you naturally find her fairly easily by just following her. Following. You're a god. You can just find her. You know what I mean? Anyway, you find
Ugly
her.
instincts.
You find her with Korax and Flora discussing alcohol. Now, as a god, you have access to godly alcohol.
Oh no.
Just wanted to mention that is all. But that's how
Hold
you
on,
find
is this
them.
before where we've sent Chlora into the workshop?
I think it's probably after you sent Chlora into the workshop or to
Follow
the
up
workshop.
question, Charlotte. Have
Well,
you disabled
she's
all this
just-
crap?
She's just outside. Flora said she always knocks.
Yeah, she's going to bug a bunny to brew some booze.
She's about
So-
to, yeah.
So, Chlora, you knock, yes?
Yes, of course.
Okay, so, Alex, you find them in that state, with Chlora knocking on a door, and Ryu and Jezebel watching.
Correct.
Correct.
And Jezebel is just grinning, looking amused, watching Clara do so.
Charlotte,
Alex,
do you remember
yep.
that you are muted? With that, you may do as you wish now. Sorry.
I'm muted.
Charlotte was
Oh,
muted.
Charlotte, sorry. But yeah, Alex just slowly leans into Jezebel's other side and he says, "You know, you have your mother's mischievous grin."
Lord, she immediately jumps and looks surprised.
And
she
she
looks-
looks at yoga. And she falls over.
Sees it. Yeah. Korax sees Alex is there and prepares a calm emotion spell just in case.
Jezebel looks a little taken back, but then she looks over her shoulder and sees the look and she holds her finger. She goes, "I'm fine, dear. No need for any spells, thank you." With her finger up at Corax.
But yeah, hi Jezebel. How have you been?
She sighs to kind of collect her nerves for a second, and then she goes across over her arms over her head. She goes, what's the visit for this time? I'm not doing anything bad."
Come on, I'm not here to scold you or anything. I just came by to see how you were doing.
She looks a little surprised at that, then I she goes, "It's not very often you try to come see me. You sure you don't need something?"
No, don't need anything whatsoever, really.
Hmm.
I just kind of was in kind of in town trying to calm myself down because, well, you know, stress of everything that's happened. Had a
She,
nice
she,
little... Go
she
ahead.
snickers at that. "Oh, yes, I do. I get it from you after all."
One of the few things you do get from me, aside from your good looks.
"I got all that from Mother," she says, cocky with the hand on her hip now.
Korax is just gonna press the digitation, just have like a big, a sort of a 2D pointy hand pointing at her scales, like just this big cartoon hand.
Well, I mean, both your mother and I are lookers. I mean, he leans in and he said, "He's like, you know how old your mother is, and she still looks as good as she does."
Talking about a woman's age, dear father. You don't want for Mother finds out she's gonna kill you.
I
Yes, you
merely
will.
implied it. I didn't say anything.
Mm-hmm. Jezebel actually smiles as she actually looks content. She doesn't really look tense or like that. She actually looks content, just bickering with her old man.
But I'm glad you're doing all right.
Fine for now, she says with a shrug. A little touch and go when we went over to the Elf City to try to help dear Corax's family. Wasn't really sure if we were actually going to make it or not, to be honest.
But you pulled through.
somehow, she says in glasses to Charlotte's workshop with Clara at the door. She goes, "We had to blow some surprises now and then from people who decide to try to take matters into their own hands. But we rolled with it, I suppose."
Well, good for. Well, it's always better when things work out. And well, I've got personal experience where the more chaotic plans tend to seemingly work out for some reason.
Oh. She kind of just groans as she rubs her temples. This is technically more than I asked for, but she kind of just shrugs. It's been fun, I suppose. I haven't really been stuck with a group this long before.
Feels nice, doesn't it? That you can find people that get you, or that you can just let your guard down around a little.
A little. She just kind of shrugs again. But I
You know,
also deal with constant headaches, stress levels beyond relief. I've been drinking a lot more lately, which, by the way, we're trying to do at the moment. Slightly restless night. I grew scales on my face now.
I noticed that's a adverse effect of you going through those outer realms, isn't it?
Yes, when I also did sprout little wings at first, but they are gone now. That was kind of painful. Went to places I never thought I'd ever expect to see.
Believe it or not, it probably wasn't as painful as the ones I got. Well, it wasn't really painful, just the growing pains were somewhat noticeable.
Overall, it has been a rather eventful time, but it did help me kind of patch my relationship a little bit with you. So I guess it wasn't all that bad. Hasn't been all that bad.
Well. Oh, yes, that's right. You said you were well, two things before I leave you to it. First of all, you said you were drinking a bit more, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Well, is it doing anything for you, or are you having a hard time with it?
I mean, I'm a pretty good drinker, so to speak. I'm mostly trying to help my dear friend Corax here. He motions to Corax now.
And I don't even know what's going on anymore.
Dear Corax here wants to try to relax a little bit more better. I helped her out with how to relax on the couch, but I think it's also a good chance to also get some drinks into them to see if maybe we can get them a little bit more relaxed, if you know what I mean.
Ah. Well, I may be able to help with that just a little bit, so long as she's being supervised.
Jezebel actually looks, her eyes light up again, and she goes, "You gonna give us the good stuff?"
He holds up a finger and says, just so long as you guys are being supervised.
No.
And she,
I'm old, and Korax raises a hand. I'm pretty sure I'm older than than everyone else in the team combined. So so I will be their supervision.
Honestly,
no,
you're
not
probably
that kind.
older than Alex.
I am older than Alex. I'm older than you.
But yeah, Alex just says, oh no, not that kind of supervision. I meant godly supervision.
Jezebel leans over to Corax. She goes, "My father has the really, really good stuff, like the stuff that basically gets him drunk."
So,
Raises an eyebrow.
I'm assuming that you'll explain this to them, Alex, but if you don't, just let me know. So, basically, the god alcohol is a very old, well-kept secret that not even you or Fiona know how it's made. The only one that seems to know how it's made is Sashlesh, and that's because he was around when the first batch was made. And for some reason, he has not told you how it's made, even with Fiona's assistance. So,
Family trade secret.
The drink in question comes in an ordinary bottle, but the liquid glows with a shimmering golden light. It pours into a glass as normal drinks do, and the moment you take a sip, it's basically heaven. You experience a moment of pure bliss. And after that bliss phase, you're completely intoxicated. And the
Oh,
good
boy.
kind of intoxicated, the happy drunk kind.
So yeah, I will say that Alex just quickly explains all this to them by basically ending up of it's more or less ambrosia if you ever heard the legends.
That's the word I was looking for. Yeah, it's ambrosia.
Well, we were gonna try to make our own just for the fun of it. But if she kind of gives him an innocent look, like batting her eyelashes. She goes, "If my dear dad wants to be nice enough to share with his grown ass adult daughter."
Alex just kind of rolls his eyes and sighs, and he says, "Anything for you, sweetie."
As for Allah, I'd imagine she drinks this stuff all the time.
Yep.
Okay?
Vierna,
Am I wrong?
Vierna deliberately does it when it would be. Vierna deliberately does it. He does it when it would be inconvenient. When it would be inconvenient for someone important to have magic start acting weird.
Yep, I know. When we'll get to that. But Neku, does Allah partake in the drink?
Every day.
Ah.
But yeah,
Ruru would be so disappointed. Bad mixes.
Alright.
but yeah, Alex says, "I'll be right back in a moment." He disappears briefly, and about 10 seconds or so. So later, he comes back and he has a bottle and a pair of chilled glasses.
Now,
This
there
way.
is one thing you have to you do warn them about, Alex. They are not to drink more than one glassful.
Yeah. so kiddies, and he says that sarcastically. One major thing
Oh
the lot
right.
of you need.
Sorry.
Go
Laura,
ahead.
yeah, you return to the conversation as Alex gets back.
So, I asked Charlotte about it, and then she shut the door in my face, and I said that we were planning on making some, and that I'd be learning as well.
Don't worry about that anymore, dear. Just Buzz says with an excited grin. She goes, "My dear dad can offer something instead, even better."
So yeah, go
Ooh.
keep cooking.
But yeah, Alex says, so one major warning the lot of you need to heed. You can only have one glass of this. You understand?
What happens otherwise?
He just gives her a look and he says, "You don't want to know."
Yes, I do. That's why I asked you.
Do you tell them or do you leave it vague?
And Alex just sighs and he says, "You're going to drink a second glass if I don't tell you, will you?"
I will be drunk and probably dumb. Of course I will.
All
Well-
right, fine.
There's two main things that can happen. The first one, you become a minor god. That happens in about 5% of cases. The more likely outcome is you melt and become a pilot, and you become a bottle of alcohol. Of ambrosia.
Right. So one glass and one glass only. Got it.
Yes.
I don't like either of those outcomes.
So, yeah. Only one glass. Nothing more. Do not gamble with fate like that.
It's not a gamble. It's just a lose-lose situation for me.
Okay.
So,
You're not having any, Clara. You're only a child.
relatively speaking.
And still a child. You're not having any.
Hey, I'm at least 18.
Also,
I can
and-
look at
Charlotte,
that.
Go ahead.
I just want to mention this. They're not exactly being quiet, so you do hear all of this. Same for you, Cicada. You guys can enter the conversation at any time you guys choose.
Yeah, I was a
Cicada's
little
not
bit.
talking.
I was a little bit worried about that because I didn't want to seem like I was taking
I got
up
it,
so much
Alex.
time.
Let's continue, though.
All right, but yeah, so Alex, using Mage Hand, he's levitating both the glasses, and he almost expertly, like he's done this before, pours out just enough to fill both glasses. He says, "All right, ladies, here you go."
Isabel happily claps her hands and then grabs the cup. Her tail like swaying behind her quite happily. She goes, "Yay! Have I heard this before?" I'll say that real quickly.
Nope.
I can finally drink this, she says happily.
Korax is just going to hold it as though it were hold the glass as though it were full of a fine wine, and like sort of like sniff it like sampling, like you know the way you hold it.
Wine
Yeah,
tester.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, I get you. So, when you guys are ready to take your first sip, roll me a con save.
So Jezebel grins and then holds up the cup to Korax, giving a wink. She goes, here's the hoping it hits good.
Korax clinks her glass with Jezebel's, and here's hoping.
Toast.
Wait, which one is it again?
Constitution
save.
save.
1, 2, 3. Okay,
So-
ignore the 2. Hey, wait, where
So,
Where'd that
you
two come
both
from?
fail.
I thought so.
Oh, I still had bless active.
I mean, the DC was 30, so...
That is
Weird.
literally impossible for either of us to get. We would have needed
Well,
that 20s.
And that's 20, yep.
I know, but I still
think
wanted you
that's-
to roll.
I think that's the point.
That, oh, actually, I got a nat 19, so I almost passed.
Anyway,
I want to comment. I could make that 30 roll.
well, maybe you'll have to have a glass soon. Now, the effects are not instant. The first thing you notice is the taste. It tastes absolutely divine. It is without a doubt the best wine you've ever had. It goes down it goes down smooth if you like smooth. It goes down rough if you want rough. And
If I liked wine more, this would be heavenly.
what? And the next thing you notice is that your vision begins to cloud slightly, and then it blossoms out, and everything becomes super sharp. You now have a plus 10 to all perception checks for the next hour.
10?
Whoa.
Woo!
Oh,
The final thing is you feel the warmth blossom through your body, and you feel strength empower you. You now have a plus 10 to all strength checks.
Yeah, I'm that much
For 1
stronger.
hour.
Oh, I was hoping you wouldn't say 1 hour and we just permanently strong.
And finally, you feel it blast into your brain, and everything becomes crystal clear, and yet not at the same time. You are completely drunk, and everything is awesome and great, but you also have a minus 10 for intelligence.
oh no.
Jezebel is
And
just
with-
grinning.
With that, I need to be right back really quick. Gotta go to the loo. So, be right back, but feel free to roleplay.
Oh god.
Oh, wow.
Jizzle is just grinning. Her pupils are like even bigger than they usually are, and she just leans on Crack. She goes, "I told you it was good, right?"
I guess I knew it would be. Oh my.
See, this is what it's like to relax. Why is everything so bright?
Well, you are outside, dear.
Oh, right. Where are you, Dad? I can't see you.
Right over here.
Oh, she notices you, and then she kind of stumbles going toward you. She goes, "You know what? You are so bright, even if you're a god."
I'll take that as a compliment. So, enjoying your second ever taste of this?
She looks lost in thought for a second, and then she finally says, after a brief pause, "Yes."
He chuckles and pats her on the head.
Ah. She
I-
gives a happy grin that she kind of like leans into the pat.
Sparks of magic are starting to flare up around Korax. I can see the ley lines.
If that's the
believe.
case, then maybe go about 30 feet that direction, and he points towards the corner.
All right. And Korax just kind of gets gets right next to Charlotte's shack.
Arax, you look dazzling.
Hey, thank you.
Got all those sparks around him.
Her.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Charlotte,
I imagine she. And it looks like some kind of anime shot. To Jezebel.
All right. As you were saying, Charlotte.
Charlotte finally exits her workshop. She just groans. You guys are really noisy today. What's going on?
Sorry for all the noise, Charlotte. Charlotte, I was just checking up on my daughter. That's all.
Oh, it's you.
Well,
Your hair is still the same.
and well, that and I was also helping her out a little bit with helping her friend relax.
Just relaxing.
Is this normal?
He looks at Cicada. Normal reaction from mortals who drink this stuff? Yes.
Try and find out.
I'm sorry, I'm back.
I don't drink. Thanks.
All right.
No.
What did I miss?
Cicada too precious. Cicada too precious to drink.
Charlotte walked out, said everyone was noisy, and Alex apologized for.
Okay.
Alex apologized for the noise, just saying that he was coming to visit Jezebel.
All right.
Can I try
Thank
some?
Don't, and don't let her try any. I don't remember why, but I remember that's important.
What? I remember.
But your father's inside, isn't he?
Yeah.
Alex quickly pokes his head in through the door. He says, "Excuse me, Mr. Cora. Cora."
You can just call me Rengo.
All right, Rango. Why is it important for your daughter not to have any drinks as an alcohol?
It isn't. She can drink if she wants to.
Well, thank you for that. Being a god, even though I'm a god, I don't know exactly everything. So thank you for the heads up.
He nods.
Goes back out. It's like, alrighty then. Just behave, and you only get the one glass. You understand?
I heard what happens.
All right. He says, Jezebel, could I have your glass for a minute?
But it's mine.
Is it empty?
She looks to the glass for a second, like squints at it, like if it's right in her face, like she can't see it, and she goes, "Yes," and then she hands it to you.
Good girl.
Hey,
He
Ryu,
pulls out.
you want it? I think my glass is empty too.
Oh, so Ryu, having just come back, goes, what's going on?
Relaxing.
Does God
Fun.
alcohol taste like?
So Clara,
Relaxing and bad decisions.
you need to make a
Mhm.
con save. Yep, so you fail. Plus 10 to strength, plus 10 to perception, and minus 10 to intelligence. And you're now very happy.
So amazing.
Jeez.
I think I smell the sky. It smells pretty good.
That's
I can
that's getting
hear the
high,
smell.
not drunk, Jezebel.
I
Yes, Corax?
I forgot what I was gonna say.
Well, that's very drunk.
Isabel walks over to Cicada Child and she throws off. She goes, "My two favorite people in the group," and tries to pull you guys into a hug.
Flora attempts to join the hug.
No.
I want 6 feet.
I want a hug. I love hugging you two. You're so soft and squishy.
Yeah.
Uh,
And you're mine. She squeezes you guys tighter.
Okay.
Starlight. Rather
You know what? I
grumpy at
feel
this.
so happy. I'm going to play some. I feel like I'm gonna show Rice like a song or something.
Ah, jeez.
The music is actually amazing.
Oh my god. No performance check necessary.
If Clora did a performance check, it would just be over 30.
Eh,
That's how amazing it would be.
True.
You know, it is actually possible for her to roll over 30.
Yes,
I
that's
know.
the joke.
Okay.
Made the joke, brain.
Meet the joke.
Hi everyone, this is the joke.
Whoa,
just
I've
kinda
seen this
throws
guy
one-
before.
Anyway,
Isabel just throws an arm up, briefly to let go of Cicada to go woo to Clara's playing, and then immediately throws it back around and hugs them again. She's basically almost like kind of lying on them because she can't quite stand anymore.
Oh
I'm
jeez.
too small for this.
I was gonna try and sneak out as soon as you lifted your arm up, but too fast. Ah.
I mean, you can try to see maybe if I miss.
you fall down with a thud.
I
Now
miss.
pinned Cicada.
Ah!
Alex is like, oh boy, and he comes over and he's like, come on, Jezebel, and he tries to get her off Cicada.
Eh.
No, I don't want to leave. She clings to Cicada.
Eh.
What are you doing, Corax?
Korax casts invisibility on herself.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Of Korax is just gonna poke poke Jezebel a whole bunch.
Jezebel kind of
Alright,
picks up her
so-
head.
An invisible Corax is going around poking everyone.
No, just Jezebel.
Okay.
Mhm. Jezebel furrows her brow for a second as she looks toward the first spot that Corax poked her. And she feels it again, feels it the next spot there. She goes, and then she just starts to swipe at the air. She goes, "Is that a bug? Where's the bug?"
Can I slide a hand cicada away from Jezebel?
Sure, roll for it.
Awesome. I love
Ow.
sliding handing stuff, especially people.
Bug, go away.
You managed to swap her with the fake cicada.
Okay,
The
very
little
effective.
cicada.
Yeah,
Meh.
yeah.
Let it
Little
be known
cicada.
that I can do this for an hour.
We are
Yay.
going to be like this for an hour, so yay.
There you go,
Jezebel
cicada.
didn't even notice that you do that, by the way. She just now clinging on to the little cicada while swiping away at a invisible bug. And she's looking around like, where'd it go?
Just
Well, you have a
minus
tail
10
you
to
can
a
swipe at it with.
you have minus 10 to intelligence. She believes the cicada probably is shrunk.
Oh, I know, huh? For a brief moment, she pauses in her swiping, looks down to the little cicada. She goes, "Oh, she shrunk. How cute." Oh, again? Where's the bug?
So, does anyone do anything while they're drunk?
Okay, I wanted to pull Charlotte aside to talk to her about something important
Sure,
because
we'll
it
get to that.
seems
We'll get to that in a second. But what I want to ask is there anything else anyone does with them being drunk, like messing with them, or is you guys gonna let them just be drunk? All right. Well, Alex, is there any last things you would like to do?
Yeah, just right quick.
Go for it.
Alex does, because he has witch sight and he can see through illusions. He just kind of tries to shoo Korax away. He's like, "All right, you've had your little fun. I need to speak with Jezebel for just a quick moment."
Korax starts trying to poke Alex.
He just pretty much pushes away every finger that you try to do, since again he can't see you.
Ryu just walks up to Alex's side and goes, Did you give them alcohol?
Godly alcohol, yes.
Wee.
Godly alcohol."
Mm-hmm.
But
They'll be fine. Don't worry.
Jezebel
But-
kind of like stumbles to Alex and then like leans on him. She goes, "Hi, Dad." And then she looks to Ryu. She goes, "Hi, Voxy."
Hi, Jezebel.
Uh,
So what did you
I
want
know you'll
to...
probably...
Go on.
Yeah, just right quick. Alex says, "I know you'll probably forget I ever said anything like this when you, well, get over the initial drunkenness, but I'll be sure to remind you when the time's appropriate. But once everything's all said and done, let's say you and I have our own little adventures, go around collecting creatures that you fancy."
She gasps as she's looking at. She goes, "I've always wanted to do that with you. All your stories you would tell of like going with Auntie Vierna and Lady Rura sounded like so much fun. That's why I wanted to go out too. But I got
Well,
so mad at you, though. I'm sorry."
it's okay. But yeah, once everything settles down and all this, well, end of the world nonsense is sorted, how about we'll put aside some time for us to go out on our own little adventures.
She now holds a finger like right at your face, squinting at. She goes, "No more broken promise. Do
This
it
is
again and don't hold your promise. I'm gonna be mad."
This is one promise I intend to keep.
And with that, thanks for coming, and thanks for attending the session, Alex. I take it you're gonna head out now?
Yeah. Just say
Alright.
that Alex is making sure, the drunk kids don't do anything too egregious.
Sure.
Yeah.
Mabel
Anyway.
pops back into existence and
Wait.
starts firing rays of frost pond, trying to create a bridge across it.
Just wait a second, and I'll get to you in a second, Charlotte. So, thanks for coming, Alex, and you feel free to stick around, or you can head out if you want to. It's up to you.
I do gotta head out since there's a couple of things I need to do. But yeah,
All right.
you all have a good day. All right.
Thanks
Bye,
again for
Alex.
coming.
Alrighty.
See ya.
Enjoy
See ya.
yourselves.
Bye.
See ya, Pete.
Bye.
All right. So there's just one last thing I want to touch, but Charlotte, was the thing you wanted to do related to Cicada, or?
It can be. I was just wanted to comment about Korax trying to blow up my workshop. I'm gonna kill her if she does that.
All right.
Continue. That's all I want to say at that point.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
fine. Yep.
Okay.
That's completely fine, and I'll keep that in mind. So, what I just want to mention last off is, don't worry, Raichi will protect the workshop, so nothing's going to get damaged. She likes to mess with you, but she's not going to let your workshop get damaged. Anyway, as the hour comes to a close for you guys, before we skip back to the others, I just want to quickly go over what happens when it ends. It hasn't ended yet, but just bear in mind because it will end at some point. You find yourselves completely relaxed and carefree, and as your intelligence returns and your stats go down, you feel very, the cozy lethargy when you're in a really comfy bed and you're all snug.
Lethargic, yeah.
Yeah, that the good sort of lethargy. And you also perfectly remember everything that happened. Every little thing.
And
Now,
Skorax at this point,
we
I
will
think,
get
just
to-
has.
we will get to the aftermath of that later, because Cicada and Charlotte wanted to talk while you guys were doing drunk stuff, so I'm gonna go to that now. Is that alright?
Eat.
Alrighty. Then with that, thank you for your patience. Charlotte, Cicada, you may talk.
Okay, so I wanted to talk to this with everybody, but they seem to be a little bit preoccupied at the moment.
Yeah.
It's about that piece of soul that's intertwined with mine.
Yeah.
I figured it out.
You think you have. I still got questions on it.
Mm.
Come on, let's go somewhere.
Okay.
Head into
If
your
Charlotte leads.
workshop.
No, Charlotte's gonna lead Cicada near the outskirts.
Okay, so
Alright.
outskirts. Over here, I guess.
No, a little down. We're not going near that camp. That camp's bad news.
Okay,
That camp's full of awkward scenarios. We don't go there.
fair.
Okay.
Okay. So, I'm eventually going to tell this to everyone else. So, but
You had a vision.
for
didn't
now,
you?
I'll just give you the gist of it. That piece of soul actually belongs to Cricket.
Charlotte pauses at that and thinks for a moment. What
I-
evidence do you have towards that?
Yeah, I know.
How
I
so?
think it's been there ever since I stopped being fractured. That's my big theory. It's when Cricket actually got his body.
What evidence do you have to back that up?
The visions mostly, and also Cricket himself told me.
Can you call him here?
I guess I can try.
Not, I'll ask him myself. I just think he'll back into you easier.
Give me a
Alright.
second to grab his token. Beepity boopity boppity doo. Grabbing a token for me and you. Shoopity doopity, okay. Tasting it now. There we go. And bang.
Okay.
He's that big.
There he is. Okay. Hey, Cricket.
Yes.
Okay, so, Cricket, Charlotte just wanted to confirm the whole soul situation.
He looks to Charlotte.
That vision that I saw, it was a past, wasn't it?
It was.
And the other person is your brother in that picture, correct?
You are correct.
Then let me ask you, could that bit of soul that's next to Cicada should be similar to yours, correct?
It is, yes.
Do you
There's a
won't mind
piece.
if I take a look?
I do, yes.
You mind?
There
He
is.
does mind.
He does mind, yes.
Okay.
There is a reason I have been attempting to prevent you from touching it. To interact with it could potentially cause you to see things that are not for mortals to see, and you may go mad from seeing it.
Yeah, I was worried about that.
Do you offer that same protection to Cicada? With her soul being so close to it?
I do, yes. The most cicada will experience normally is dreams.
See. You can control that spirit, correct?
Spirit, it is just a piece of my soul.
Mm. What was that world we saw earlier?
Wilt, do you mean my brother's realm?
Yes.
It is the absence of reality.
Absolutely.
Cricket lifts up a hand and motions to the apple orchard around them and says, "This is reality. That was the absence of it."
That's his domain then, correct? One of an elder gods?
Yes.
Where's your domain then?
He pauses for a moment and then he finally responds with saying, "I do not exist yet I also do. Therefore,
I
my
never met
domain does
that.
not exist yet."
Okay.
It's
Your brother.
because.
Go ahead.
Sorry, go on.
Go ahead. Okay. Go ahead.
Alright, I think it's because he only comes into being when the world dies. Technically.
I am in a state of existing and not at the same time.
Your brother does exist.
He does. In unreality.
In that reality.
Unreality.
Ah, okay. So he doesn't exist here, then, is what you're implying?
If my brother was summoned to this world, it would cease to exist.
Is it because you don't have the power to stop him?
That is correct.
Is that why you're gathering the stones?
That is correct.
Countermeasure?
We disagree on the matter of the fractures. He believes they should be made. He believes they should be made one. I believe they should remain.
Well, if there remain a one, then what will happen to the one fracture?
Sorry, could you repeat that?
If they were all conjoined, what will happen to that conjoined fracture?
I do not know.
It sounds
It
like
is
to
not-
me he's not in... Go ahead.
It is not something we can know ahead of time. But this reality that you are all part of would cease to exist.
I had similar things happen to me already. So I'm not
What?
too scared of that anymore.
Yeah, me neither.
So you wish for me to willingly allow him to destroy each fracture?
No,
No,
please
because
no.
I don't believe his methods are correct. Erasing fractures doesn't mean increasing the major whole one. It's not empowering it by any means. So, with the evidence I've been provided with, I would say that it's just a waste of time and effort. And based off his reaction from himself in that vision, I would also like to state that he enjoys doing so. It's a pleasure to erase realities. Not really fond of that idea. His goal is selfish. Selfish as warrants, but selfish by the end of the day.
Cricket sort of tilts his head and then says, I do not entirely understand your viewpoint, but you are welcome to having it.
If it were to aid a greater whole, then maybe the fractures uniting would have been better. But as far as I can tell, it only caused grief and anguish. This is why I'm saying I don't agree with it.
Very well.
Instead of viewing it as just a piece of another reality, once you view it as a completely different world, if you were to blow up another world, will the lives end there from them? I would say it does. So, that's how I see it, and that's how I move on with it.
And you understand why I am working towards ceasing these.
I do. I wish you gave me a little more information about my own abilities. It's a little bit hard to understand what I'm even doing at the time, and I feel like I'm an idiot whenever I've learned something new. Exciting, yes, but still dangerous nonetheless. I could have damaged Takeda, and I would have been grieved over it.
Your abilities are a bit of an enigma to myself as well. And let me just quickly how to put this. I gave you the ability to interact with souls. I do not know how you gained the ability to make artificial ones.
I yet still know myself.
I would
it would
give
be a
you more
clear-cut
knowledge
answer.
about. I would give you the knowledge to harness and manipulate the souls. However, such knowledge is best learned through experience, otherwise, it may break your mind.
No, that's fine. I just gotta keep going what I'm doing then. Hopefully the answers I've been looking for will come to my feet one day.
He nods. Do you have any further questions? I must
I had
return to
one
my
question.
search.
I do got one question. That's your fixation on Cicada.
He
About
glances.
that.
He glances over to her, and then he places a hand on her head and says, "She's my daughter."
Ah, she's blushing. Ah, she's so
I'm gonna
embarrassed.
roll an insight check on that.
She is so embarrassed. You don't even need to roll insight for her.
I'm not rolling insight for Cicada.
Okay.
Yeah, jeez.
Gosh.
We're only teasing Becca. Don't get. No need to get anxious about it.
I am going to use Flash of Genius to make that a 16.
Okay. He's telling the truth. That's what he believes.
So, let me ask you another thing about it then. Since I just brought up a whole new avenue of ideas and concepts.
Uh,
Wouldn't her soul be similar to yours? Or would it just be another entirely different subject on the matter?
She's adopted.
Ah, okay.
yeah, we're not blood related.
So, yeah, that's all the questions I have, I guess, then. Cricket,
Okay.
until I get more evidence on what's really going on here, I will just follow your lead.
He gives a shrug and then says, I would provide more details, but it is a confusing state of being to both exist and not at the same time.
I can assume that would be. The way I can make artificial souls is kind of the same statement in a way. 1 minute they're there, 1 minute they're gone. Next minute they're gone, 1 minute they're there.
Perhaps that is why
I'm
you were
sure.
able to create them.
Let's not jump to that far ahead yet. These
He
souls do
shrugs.
have lives in the end.
So, any last things you guys want to talk about with Cricket, or are you guys good?
Good.
I'm good.
Cicada doesn't want to keep talking because she's embarrassed. Ah!
Alright, before I go to the others, is there any final discussion you two would like to do?
Alright, I'm just gonna go over to Charlotte and say, don't tell anyone about this, okay?
Nah,
Don't
I
tell them
wouldn't.
about him being my adopted father figure, okay? That's super embarrassing.
I'm sure just will hold that over your head for the longest time.
Oh my god.
What do I gain from hiding this information from them?
Jeez.
You,
I
well,
guess
I'll give you 24 hours to think of a suitable answer, and then I'll decide if it's worthy or not.
I guess more experimentation.
Oh, if I can freely use your body and soul, then I'll take it.
Okay.
Awesome.
I am going to immediately regret this.
Alright, so with that done, you guys turn and look towards where the house is, and you see a large burst of magic. It looks like it was going to be frost, but then it suddenly gets green and electrical, and something rather strange happens. Let's
Duh.
see.
I swear, if my
So,
warehouse is
okay.
blown up.
So, it starts off going in one direction, and then it suddenly explodes outward in all directions for 60 feet. There is now a giant blossoming snow pile around the house.
Is everyone buried under it?
Yeah, so it's about 9 times bigger than it would otherwise have been. Or
Well, it's
actually,
about this size.
Oh,
God. Holy. Where did all this snow come from?
The
6
map,
feet
the
radius.
maps,
Yeah,
the map isn't accurate.
Okay.
The map tile was for combat. It's not an accurate judge of distance.
Okay.
Alright, kid, I have a new request.
What?
How heavy can you lift people?
Uh,
Fly me there.
I mean, I can try.
I know you're faster than I am. Fly me there.
She's not very strong.
I'm
But
assuming she has the fly spell.
she does have the fly spell. And she can cast it on more than one person.
Okay.
Do
Cicada.
you do so?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, you both fly back, and yeah, it's basically
Hold
being
up,
transformed into
Hold up. It
Yes.
will actually not be that easy. You see, this is a sleet storm. The moment Cicada enters, she's gonna have to roll a concentration check.
Jeez.
Okay,
16
well,
or higher.
if that's done, I would like to continue saying what I was going to say.
Nope.
So, as you guys begin to fly towards it, you are exposed to a veritable winter wonderland. And and then Charlotte falls out of the sky and into a pile of snow.
It's
Yeah,
too
that's the
windy
case.
up here.
Thanks, Cicada.
I'm gonna try and dig her out from above.
Charlotte's a
But yeah.
snow bunny now.
Also, you guys are now sober by this point.
Dismal is just laying in the snow on the ground, and she's blinking a few times, and she squints, and she goes, "Huh? So that's what it's like drinking that."
Well,
Are we,
this
like,
fuel
under
got
the
rid of
snow?
the bugs.
But yeah, you both are very much completely relaxed.
Yep.
Yeah.
She's just laying in snow. It's like snow
And-
feels kind of nice.
Yeah, and Korax is just it's laying right beside her, arm around her shoulders.
Dismal just kind of she goes, "You're welcome, by the way."
No, I can't believe I'm saying this, but going to you for help was a good decision.
Haven't you learned by now, dear? I have the best decisions.
I'll never doubt you again.
All right. Flora, you wanted to say something?
So, are we on the snow or under the snow?
Either one works.
I said on top, so it's up to you then.
I'm thinking Chlora's probably under.
Okay. With that said, Cicada, you pull Charlotte out of the snow, and you both walk the last little bit of the distance to where everyone else is. Charlotte, your mech dragon is just standing in the snow.
Sheila,
Entirely
let's go inside.
Thud, thud, thud.
She is entirely unfazed.
Did you make the shed big enough? I mean, she had to get out, so I suppose so. Thud, thud, thud.
Actually, Shiva teleported out initially. She never was able to get back in. Charlotte did not make that entrance yet.
So yeah.
Remember?
Okay.
And Charlotte looks the
So,
entrance
yeah.
and is like,
Truth.
So
she's like,
Shiva's-
shit.
So Shiva's still walking towards the entrance, and then there's a sudden screeching of metal and a crash as she walks right through the wall and heads inside.
That wasn't the dumbest decision. That wasn't the worst decision today.
Jezebel kind of glances over and goes, "Did you hear that, Parks?"
Also, she triggered all your traps. She's a giant dragon, so a little large, but regardless.
Right, Chi?
Yeah.
We'll need to fix the entrance, make it large.
I'd love to do that, but Daylight, you're gonna have to do it.
Charlotte just flops on the ground in the defeated, like, I have lost a card game position.
Fetal position.
Sorry.
You gonna be okay over there, Charlotte?
No.
Do you need space?
Yes.
Okay.
The noise was Charlotte. I'm sure she's fine if she's responding.
I just will. She's just decided
Hello,
to go
dear.
right over. She's just, how are you feeling?
Great.
Okay.
The effects wore off, by the way, but we are just chilling in the snow. You want to join us?
I don't really like the snow. I'm gonna go inside and make a kettle of tea.
Sounds good, dear. We'll just be right here then.
Okay. And once you're 100% sober, there's some stuff I want to talk about to everyone. So
Oh.
yeah.
Well,
All right then. Also, just so you know, I think dear Clora is somewhere in the snow, but we don't see her.
I better dig her out then.
so I'd say the effects of the ambrosia last most of the day. But after about, say, 4 to 6 hours, your bodies start to need things like food and going to the toilet. So you have to reluctantly get up.
I think we're have to
Just
get
a
up.
bummer.
I think we have to get up soon, guys. Like, do we have to get up? Yeah, we gotta get up. Oh man.
Yeah.
Clara gets up. I can make some food for us.
So the effects start to fade away as you finally start getting up, which makes you immediately want to drink more. Because now you're losing the blissful effects of the drink for the gods. And I mean,
And now
it is alcohol, so of course it's addicting.
Just what kind of sits up, she goes, "Damn, I'm gonna have to bribe my dad to give us more."
You go into withdrawal.
It's not that bad, but it is like a light hankering, like wanting to eat your favorite food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you're never gonna want to drink anything else ever again.
It's not that bad. Like they can drink other things. It's just like
Yeah.
you
No,
know,
it's
like
just
I said, it's like how you have a favorite food and you really enjoy eating it.
well,
Right.
Jezebel stretches and she goes, "Well, at least I know who to go to next time if I ever want to try it again. Whenever I get the craving."
So, you all get up, you all reluctantly take care of your needs, and as the sun begins to set, Rashi comes out and puts a large bit of cloth over the new entrance to Charlotte's workshop. There you go. As ordered, you got a new door.
Actually, that's not a door, that's a cloth.
I mean, it'll do for the moment.
Let's go. We need to. I already made a deal with Cricket. We are free to take a room anyway. Let's go in the house. Shiva, you stay here. Make a fire or something. We have to. Don't burn the place down.
Orc.
Okay.
Reggie follows you inside. So, you said you had something you wanted to do, Sakina? Congratulations! Everyone's going to get food and eat.
Yeah, at dinner time.
As for the meal, it's pasta.
I made more pasta.
This time it has like tomato sauce.
Okay.
Oh goodness, you added sauce this time.
Do you not like sauces?
No,
Great.
I would like for you to add in some water instead. I think that would do a good job.
Okay, I'll
It's
keep that in
cooked.
mind.
It's cooked pasta.
Oh, I know. Charlotte's being a smartass.
Okay. So once everybody is here, Charlotte already knows this. I already talked to her about it. And I wanted to talk to everybody else here about it. It's about Cricket.
And the moment you mention that name, all the relaxation just drains from Korax.
I know you don't want to talk. I know you don't want to hear me talk about him like this. Correct. I'm sorry, but this is really important.
Wow, I can drink that relaxation that just got taken from her. Dang.
All my
So-
hard work out the window.
Sorry. I'm really sorry.
No,
This-
dear, it's all right. Besides, sooner or later, she gives a look to Korax with the eyebrow raised. You're going to have to accept sooner or later this is going to be a regular thing between us. All of us.
I know.
Jisbel actually gives Korax a impressed and thankful look, and then looks to get you. Goes, go ahead, dear.
Okay. What was I going to say again? Okay. So Cricket has been around for a while now. He has actually put a part of his soul into my soul, which is interesting. It's the most I get out of it are these strange visions in dreams. And one of these visions, I saw his brother, or a form of his brother. I had no idea what the heck they were talking about, because they were speaking in an entirely different language that hurt to
Ooh.
hear.
Ooh, can you repeat them? I might be able to understand.
I cannot, for the life of me. I am sorry.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I could to you specifically, but not here. Not with everyone here.
You literally have no idea how they even made those sounds.
Yeah, even with
You
my
ca-
mimicry.
I mean, they're indescribable for a reason.
They're indescribable. But, I did talk to Cricket about it. And from what I gather, what his brother wants is to just enshroud all worlds in darkness. Which is
Oh.
bad.
One way of saying it.
Yeah.
All
He wants to
worlds?
create one hole in total darkness.
Well, he wanted to create one fracture.
Yeah.
Like
Oh, that's
leave
no
one.
fun.
Yeah.
I can't see all of your pretty faces if everything's in darkness.
Yeah. Which I suppose is why earlier Cricket wanted to test the waters and make sure everybody was well prepared for an eternity in darkness with the black sun and all that.
That was a test? Huh. Interesting of a test.
I think he just wanted everyone to prepare.
Yes, yes. Prepare us for or be. Yes, prepare us to be prepare us to be constantly raided by the undead at 24/7 for the rest of eternity.
And I think this has happened multiple times already
Oh, goody.
in other worlds.
Didn't
Because-
I mention that we failed at least a couple times?
I remember, from what I remember, when I was very young, long before I met any of you guys, I was part of some other world that went through this same exact scenario without any preparation, and everyone died. So
Mhm.
yeah, it's no wonder I had that subconsciously forgotten for all this time.
Isabel looks thoughtful as she taps her. She goes, some of you saying does seem to somewhat add up.
Yeah.
Though, here's my question for you, dear. Why did Cricket put part of his soul into you?
I don't want to answer that question. I really
speaking
don't.
of that subject, Cicada, I know what I want from you.
Charlotte, please don't.
So I need 2 pints of blood, at least 3 times a week.
Are you sure you want to be talking about this to everyone, Charlotte?
Yes, I just want to be known in case Jezebel finds out later. I would like 3 pints of blood from you 3 times a week.
That's
Charlotte
a
just
Jezebel, you
stares
can
at.
immediately sense that Cicada is horribly embarrassed to talk about.
Okay, I will say I was a roller 1-7. Never mind.
that.
Why?
Do you
Why
realize
could
how
you?
much blood that is, Charlotte?
That's a lot of blood, and Raiji gets hungry every now and then.
Eh,
Yeah, I am quite a hungry little vampire.
Then
Nom,
why not the
nom,
rest
nom.
of us? You don't. You do know their cicada is a very delicate trait. We don't need
Well,
her
I don't-
passing out.
Well, it doesn't have to be her blood per se. I just need someone's blood, and I want to get together for me.
I mean, you don't want a starving vampire living under your roof. Trust me.
Oh no, I sure almost died a few times.
My blood runs with divine and wild magic. I'm not sure what that would do to you.
Actually, it
And
makes
my-
it spicy. But
Oh,
yeah, it's why adventurous blood is so much more prized than random civilians. The experience you guys have makes your blood extra potent and even tastier. It's like adding spices to a fancy dish.
she gives a
Eh.
grin to Raichi now, and she goes, "So then, what about my blood that has that's mixed with the god?"
Your blood is like a fine wine.
My
I'm
My
a
blood-
delicacy.
okay.
my blood my blood is raw celestial magic.
I
Which
mean,
means it's off limits.
I'm not really picky about the blood, about where the blood comes from, but I mean, I do need to eat. Otherwise, I'm going to, go into a hunger frenzy. It's just nature of my existence as a vampire.
I'm an eldritch abomination.
I
Alright,
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Raw celestial magic doesn't sound like a safe thing for a vampire to be drinking. Or anyone else for that matter.
Neither
I can
was.
always... Go on.
We're
Just-
getting
just-
off track.
Jezebel just kind of grins cheekily to Ryu, says, "Same as us trying god wine, wouldn't you say?"
Okay, fine. We're getting off track here.
Okay, so let's just cut to the chase. Okay, give me the blood or else.
All right, fine.
Or
Jezebel,
else what?
Jezebel can kind of see Cicada looks more embarrassed than like scared or uh frightened, I guess the term is. So she's going to just kind of lean back in her seat and give a knowing smirk. She goes, "I'll be glad to help with that as well, because I am curious, of course."
Uh,
Oh, cool. So we have some leeway then. I'll like 6 pints of blood.
uh,
Chloe just looks at her arm and she's like, well, I'm curious what I would do, but I'm not entirely sure it'd be healthy for you.
No.
It's probably like junk food.
okay, moving on. Please, can we move on?
I expect it by tomorrow. Don't worry.
Uh,
First delivery.
Jezebel lightly giggles. She goes, "Well, very well, dear. If you do not want to tell us, that is fine. As long as it doesn't concern your safety or well-being."
it is not a safety concern. It's just I don't want to talk about it.
Oh, it's hilarious though.
Uh, please.
Jezebel just gives a cheek and she goes, "Well, I do hope they hear about it, you know. I do love knowing more about you, dear Cicada."
This is something you would die to know.
We are getting off topic.
Jezebel just giggles and she goes, "Well, fine." And then she goes, cracks, "So we are going to trust dear Cicada and her word, yes, dear Corax?"
I will trust Cicada.
"We're making progress, thank you."
A lot more trust I normally get.
Dear, you just collapsed an entire castle without telling any one of us.
Yeah, but it didn't.
You didn't give us a head warning.
Yeah,
We
but
even had telepathy.
Clara, I like to state that. Are you guys still here?
We couldn't have been.
Yeah, but I didn't factor that in, so thus it is not a possibility.
Right, so moving on from all of that, we're getting really very off topic right here.
Nah, I think
What
we're
was I
perfectly on
talking about?
topic. This is great.
Yeah, I agree.
That was Raichi in character, by the way.
You're right. The whole it all worked out, didn't it? Argument.
Still, Jezebel just sighs to Cicada. She goes, "The fact of the matter is that it seems that we may have a new enemy, which happens to be Cricket's brother."
Well, there's good news on that front. He doesn't exist yet. Not in this reality.
Yet.
Which suggesting that he will exist.
Only if he is summoned.
If we go off
Jezebel
the
now looks
theory,
off.
So which person's gonna be dumb enough to
Guys. Charlotte, then Jezebel, then Corax.
if we go off the theory that every fracture is actually a different timeline, completely going at a different rate, then there might be a certain point in time where he is summoned.
So we have to find the idiot who's dumb enough to summon him, and then
We
kill
might
them.
have
They can do it.
we might have prevented it already, dear. Your city.
The drow, yes.
We might have stopped at least one attempt, but of course there's no telling when another one could try to happen. That was the warning that I was given to abandon the city in the first place. It seems we might have either somewhat prevented that, but I have been warned, dear, that this temporary peace is indeed just temporary in your city. Sooner or later, things will boil over. And I will say, those that are in my guild are not very confident your family can handle it. No offense.
I think that's That's another problem entirely. No
So
offense.
basically, our first goal should be fighting the person who's trying to summon him. Getting out the snake's head is the most important goal here.
But I think while we're trying to do that, Cricket is currently trying to search for the rest of the magic stones.
Doesn't Vienna have the remainder?
She does?
There's only 2 left, and I heard that Vienna has 2 of them.
That's true.
News to me.
Mhm.
Charlotte reaches over the table and tries to grab Raichi's foot.
Are you sure you're not misremembering, Clara?
I mean, at this point, we must state how many stones are left.
There are 2
There is
stones
2.
left.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
just remember, like, when Korax's dad gave a list of where the stones were, or known stones or something. I recall him saying that Vienna had 2 of them.
Well, that's not the case. Vienna only ever had the one, and
Okay, so I
Yeah.
may have misheard.
yeah. Alright.
What he wants from those stones is to stop his brother entirely. To have that power.
Hmm.
That's
Did
why
Cricket-
he's been searching for them constantly.
Has he had any luck yet, dear?
He's found all but 2 of them.
Does he have a leeway where they could be?
No idea.
All right
Not
then.
even
Well,
a clue. That's why he's still searching.
all right then. Jezebel kind of stretches out a bit. She goes, "As fun as it's been to kind of laze around, I'm pretty sure if I probably go to my guild, I can probably ask them a couple things about maybe the stone or even about the drow. If the drow is probably our next target."
Mm.
I think Korax's dad did say that there was one with Vienna.
I'll go with you, Jezebel. There's another question I wanted to ask the Rogues Guild again.
I don't think Fiona's gonna cooperate with Cricket unless we explain the situation to her.
I mean, she thinks she'll cooperate even if we explain the situation to her.
I have
I-
no idea. She is very unpredictable.
No, I
That's
think
not-
it's pretty predictable. Vienna's
You
to me
just-
sounds very spiteful.
You just do something that'll gain her interest, her personal interest.
Oh, jeez.
We did give her something that was personal interest to her when Korax gave her that sword.
Exactly, she says with a casual smile. Just find it, call for her. More than likely, if you tempt her enough, she'll be tempted to either help us out or not. Of course, if there's anybody can ask that, I'm pretty sure it's probably you, dear Korax.
Once and once only, Jezebel.
All right then, we can find our own way. We come this far on our own.
Yeah, that's all I really wanted to talk about.
Alrighty.
Well, all I can say is, so long as you're not in any immediate danger,
No,
dear
I'm not.
Cicada.
I'm not in any danger, I swear.
Can
Good.
I bite you now?
Unless Charlotte has anything to say about it.
Can
Oh
I
no,
bite
you're not
you
in
now?
danger yet. Oh yeah, Raichi will need to drink your blood. So you just let that happen. I'm gonna Jezebel, whenever you're ready, let's go over to the Thieves Guild like later on.
Jezebel is glaring at Raichi right now.
Raichi just stands up and just waggles her eyebrows up and down.
God. I hate this.
Oh, you have a way out, Cicada.
I don't want to tell them.
Okay. So if I hear Raichi's still hungry by the time I get back here, I'm going straight to Jezebel first. I want you to know that.
Alright, let
Actually,
me
I'll
just
make a very loud intercom device too. I think I can get really creative with this one.
please
I-
don't. She
you're
is
gonna-
praying. She is
you're gonna-
begging to you.
You're gonna tell me this little secret, right? You're gonna tell me, in private.
Oh no. You have a big mouth, right? I'll be
Yeah,
honest. I cannot tell you.
yeah. That's true. I would totally just tell everyone.
Oh, it'd be hilarious. But no, I'll save it for
would,
another day.
It would. So, is there anything else anyone would like to do before we wrap this session up?
Yeah, no,
Okay.
that's it.
Then there's one final thing. Ryu,
Yes.
while you were in town, you were handed a piece of paper. You didn't really have time to read it because you just saw Alex, but it's in your pocket. You take it out to read?
Sure.
Welcome all. The festival is in town. For 2 days only. This weekend.
Another. So we got another festival coming up. Any. I take it everyone wants to go since the last one didn't go so well.
I guess there's not a circus involved.
Well, that's a given.
Eh,
Try looks
And-
to Ryu.
Sure.
And no nobles.
Try looks to Ryu. Can I see the paper?
What? Can you say that again?
Can I see the paper?
Sure.
the flyer.
He hands it to her.
She squints really hard. Like pulls out like even a mini magnifying glass on it.
You roll me a perception check.
The best type of magnifying glass, mind you. Where's perception?
Okay.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
All
Can I
right.
make that 15? Make that 15.
Sure. So I was actually going to give you advantage, so that's 25.
Heck yeah. Bonus.
You scan the paper over. It looks like they were each individually made by hand by a person with like maybe a 3rd grade level of education at most. And
Okay.
at the very, very bottom, in the tiniest print ever, like they were embarrassed about it, there's a sentence. And I'm gonna write the sentence out, so give me a second.
The super fine print.
Okay, can you like whisper it to me only? I will decide if this is worth giving out.
Alright, give me a second then.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Oh, okay, amazing. Ah. Neat. I'm sure it'll be fun.
Huh?
It's actually
it's
an
just-
out of character joke, Nicky. That's why I wanted to post it in the chat.
Oh, I know. Don't worry. It is a circus.
Anyway, I'm
These
just gonna
sections, very, very tiny print.
I'm gonna post this in the chat because it is more of an out of character joke than actually what's written.
I do not think that Charlotte was there for it, so yeah.
I just want to say, I know it's a festival, but if we can, we should take this opportunity to learn what we can about the last magic stone. Especially considering we need to find it before the drow do.
Oh, don't worry, dear. That's going to be part of my questions for the guild.
But yeah, with that last little joke, and we will wrap this up. Thank you all for tuning in. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye!
Bye.
Goodbye.
It's gonna be drained by the next